we can go back to track mode. I'll select track 2, go up to my instrument selection. I created the Jupiter earlier on, and now I can press play, have my mini mode pattern playing. Something I can show you at this stage, you'll see there I was editing velocity values for all the different steps. If you want to edit, you can edit steps in parallel using the gang function. I'll just stop that a second. You press the gang key, hold gang down, and then select more than one step. And all those steps that you select whilst you're holding gang will be locked together, so that if you edit any one of those steps, all of those step values are changed by the same relative amount. You can do that in bigger steps or smaller steps. You can remove some of those steps from the gang by holding gang and pressing them again. You can switch which steps are ganged. If you hold the shift key down and press gang, you'll see that it inverts the selection of notes that are ganged, of steps that are ganged. And press the gang key again to turn off the gang mode. Another useful way of editing a range of values, if you want to do a straight line change in values from one step to another, you can hold down the encoder for one step and turn the encoder in another step, and as soon as you turn the encoder in this other step, all the values between the step that you're holding and the step that you've turned will be edited to form a straight line. You see as I turn that down, with a rising ramp of values. And again, you can hold down the encoder for a more rapid change of value, and in fact you can hold down both encoders back to note. Another thing that you can do with the gang function, if you hold down gang and press, if you hold down gang and press delete, then that wipes out all the selection apart from the currently selected step. If you hold down gang and hold down two of the encoders at the same time, it will create a recurring pattern of those two encoders that you hold down. I'll just stop that for a second. So if you hold down gang and you hold down, say, step 13 and step 9, then it will gang 13 and 9 and then repeat that pattern. So if you want to gang those steps, you do so. If I gang and were to hold 16 and 12, I do those two. If I hold gang 16 and 14, then it's every second step. Gang 15 and 13, it's the odd numbered steps. Now the steps up until now have only been turning the gates off and on. The P3 pattern also has what we call flags, which are just the off-on values for tie and skip, and X, which is I'll come to in a later video. Tie causes one note to be held so that it overlaps the start of the next note. So when you press the tie key, tie lights up. I'll just stop this so you can hear me. Tie lights up. You'll see all of the gates have gone off. What's happened there is that the gate LEDs have moved down onto the row of LEDs below the steps. Okay, so that's the gates there. Go to tie mode. These are the steps that are tied and the gates are down there, so I can still see which steps are active even if I'm not bothering to look at the filled in bars and display there. So tying steps has no effect on this sound, so that was a stupid thing to show you. Ah well, we've got a pattern going, haven't we?